Okay, so I played like 3 games yesterday and I lost all 3 in 5-on-5, right? So fundamentally, like this game I should have won, but I don't know what to do against this type of behavior, right? I'll show you. Um, you'll see what I mean basically. Hey guys, so you see, so like this guy just decides for no reason just to go in and die. Do you know what I mean? Right, look, you see, there's 4 players on their team. They have insanely fed. Their bot lane is very, very good. Like Nami and Vayne, they don't miss their abilities, right? And this guy is second best player on my team. These 3 guys, like Morgana, what's his name, Fizz, I think, and Miss Fortune, are completely useless. They are like incredibly bad, beyond bad, right? So I rely on this guy to be useful. I need him to ult uh, Vayne, right? And I need these guys to be in some kind of group so they can absorb some aggro, right? But I mean, I don't know how to counter this type of behavior. Look, he just goes in and he just dies, right? Look, like literally into 4 people, no problem. Do you know what I mean? Like he's level 12. He's the lowest level of all of them, right? And look, he just literally just goes in and dies. I'm a Tryndamere, right? So if we analyze the situation, like, what is he thinking? Like, what is he thinking right now? I honestly thought this is a misplay by Vayne because she should have just condemned him to the wall and then that's about it, right? Because you see, there is no way this is a good play because I thought in my head, you see, Vayne can dodge Vi ult through by condemn, right? Because once Vi is approaching you with her ult, Vayne can condemn, and this will create a distance, and it will create kind of like a bug where Vi is just like smashing into the ground Vayne that doesn't exist. Like if you, I'll give you an example. Let's say Vi isn't here, she ults, so she starts her animation, right? If Vayne condemns her, Vi animation, or so Vi is gonna get pushed back in here, and Vi animation, where she lifts up the character and smacks him down into the ground, will happen in here, right? So Vayne will still get caught, right? She will still get CC'd for like 2 seconds, where she will be up in the air and then smacked down, right? But Vi character would be in here, and Vayne would be in here. So immediately, as soon as the Vi ult ends, there is like a flash distance between Vi and Vayne because I used to main ADC Vayne, and I know that bug, right? So there's no way this would have worked, right? There's no way this would have worked, not without our team, because if our team was around, right? If our team was around, I could have went in that 2 seconds that Vi is CCing Vayne, even though like Vi isn't here, it would have been enough for me to get rid of her, right? I just had to um, dodge Lee Sin in this. But I mean, I have enough items to just 2 hit um, Vayne. The problem is the team is not in position, and I don't have the Morgana Black Shield. Like this Morgana is useless, but I mean at least she Black Shields. Do you know what I mean? Because there are some Morganas that don't have Black Shield. So like I'm asking myself like what is he doing? Do you know what I mean? Like what is he doing? And that's it. He just dies, right? That's it. You see, like Nami is pretty good. She lands her bubbles, and that's it. That's game over, right? So what I'm saying that's what I've been kind of preaching on my channel for a very very long time. You cannot control them, right? And sometimes you get like 2 or 3 players like this on your team, and there is like literally no way to win the game because there's still like again, do you know what I mean? Like what is he doing? I think I have a full motion. Yeah, like look, this is full speed, right? So I stressed this before is where's my paint? Paint. Oh, I wonder if there's paint on Google. Oh, there is. That's really cool. Anyway, let's do paint. Like I showed this before, and like the problem in League is once you lose a teammate to him just inting, right? And there is like whatever, let's say there is let's say you have two teammates, right? Like together you're strong enough to take down them, both of them, right? Why is this doing? Oh, I need to do this. Let's say we're playing 3 versus 2, right? Let's say you're strong enough to 1v3 them. You just need this guy to crowd control one of them, for example, right? If he just literally walks in, right? Just walks in and just bam dies, right? He's gone. You cannot win this. You just cannot win this. Do you know what I mean? Not in You can do that in maybe if you're playing Jax and you're leveling up account and you're playing your first 5 games. You can probably do that because I did that with Jax a couple of times, right? But I mean, if you're playing normals and there is pre-made who are like bronze level players, they're just gonna CC you to death. Even if half of them miss their abilities, they will not miss exhaust, for example. And uh, Lee Sin, for example, ult is like you can't miss it. Like how do you miss it? Do you know what I mean? And things like Malphite ult. Who else is in the game? Amumu ult. I mean, how do you miss Amumu ult? Do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying is that there is no way to do that. Now, on another side, right? So this is like what I'm saying is 5 on 5 is really unplayable because you depend on people not to do stupid shit like this. You just depend. It's too dependent. Like you know, if they decide to just go and die, look, you can be like me. Do you know what I mean? You can be like 21 kills. It doesn't matter because you just cannot walk into 5 people and destroy them alone. You just cannot do that in this game, right? So this kind of score is irrelevant because regardless of how well you play, you still depend on them to be somewhat useful. Just at least a little bit useful. But if they just, I'm telling you, like some games you have like 3 players, they literally walk like this Vi, they just walk into 5 people, they die, and you stand there thinking to yourself, what the hell am I supposed to do now? Right? I also had games, okay, my kind of logic was, all right, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna split push. I'm not gonna participate in team fight at all. I'm going to draw 5 people. I'm going to draw like 2 people, and my team should win 4 versus 3. They should win, right? Or sometimes, like I get so strong, I can even absorb 3 people. Then my team should win 4 versus 2, right? And I'll show you a video, and like I mean, they can't even 4v2, right? Look, it's on my channel. This video, I'll link it in the description below. I think it's in here. Yeah, because look, let's put quality is super high. Look, you see? So we have Warwick, Echo, ADC, Xayah, I think, right? And Alistair. So I'm right now facing Camille and Nocturne. And also Blitzcrank is backing to stop me from taking Exhibitor, right? So my team is 4 versus 2. So my team is facing right now Vladimir and Jinx. And they cannot defend against 2 players even under their turret. This is kind of like I was raging hardcore. because I do my job. Do you know what I mean? Like I could have probably done a little bit better. I could have survived because I mispositioned myself. But you see, like they're running away. There's four of them against two, and they're running away. Meanwhile, I already smacked Nocturne. Nocturne is down, right? Because I'm here. I'm Tryndamere. All right. Look, right? Boom. I destroy Camille, right? And now Blitzcrank is coming up. I probably, you see, Blitzcrank all use all of his stuff like alt, ignite, right? Everything. Flash. Well, Flash is not available, but you see what I'm saying is that even if you even if you kill three people in a team fight, the enemy will still win. Do you know what I'm saying? They will still win in the losers queue. So unless you can somehow like Penta or Quadra, there is actually like no way to win the game, right? Because think about it this way: like, look, like I'm literally three people. I killed three people right now, because that's me, right? So look, but I was like extremely fed in here, because I mean Camille did not know how to play, so I just like I got extremely fed. You see in here I mispositioned myself because could have I could have queued in here, and I had enough life still. I think. Oh, nah. There's no way I would have, because he has ignite. If he had no ignite, I think I could have won that, right? Because I have this. There used to be an item, a Sanguine Blade. It was so good on Tryndamere. So. I won so many games of this item because like if you take that and lifesteal runes and then just one more lifesteal item, it's just such insane healing. And plus, for that, you see, you have your lethal temple. Once it procs, you can literally kill anybody for free if you're split pushing, because like the attack speed with your lifesteal is so high, they just cannot damage you at all. So what I normally would do, I would just kill one guy for free, another guy shows up, and I usually ult and kill that guy, and I survive. Right? That's how I used to win. But I mean, I had problems. That's when I kind of quit hardcore league, when I kind of gave up on league, is when you kill three people, you take the inhibitor, like your team is playing 4 versus 2, right? And they still lose the game. And this happened to me so many times. It's insane. Think about, like, your team is so useless, they cannot even 4 versus 2. They cannot 4 versus 2 in the losers queue. And like I'm telling you, look, do you know what I'm saying? Look, right now my team is dying under the turret to two people, right? So my question to you is like, what more can you do? What more can you do, right? You like with Sanguine Blade, why I also like that game, that item, right? Even though sometimes it's not the optimal choice, like in some games I played, it's very good at power farming and taking objectives, right? Because with this item, if it doesn't have any armor pen, right? So some tanks would just rush their tank items. It's very hard to kill them, but you could always just clear the wave and go farm enemy jungle and steal objectives like dragons and heralds with this item. Very easy on Tryndamere to do, right? So in this game, as you can see, we have all the dragons, right? Because I stole all of them. Do you see what I'm saying? So I gave my team 3 kills, all the dragons, and and killed 3 people in a team fight, and they still lost the game. Do you understand? Like that's what I'm saying. Is that losers queue is uncarryable, because if the system says you won too many games in a row, you have to lose now. There is almost nothing you can do to win. That's why you have right now, challenger players. They're like they've been playing the game for 12 years and they can't even win in bronze, right? Because if the system says it's time for you to lose, you just can't do anything. I mean, you can't do anything, right? Because that's going to be your team. Look, they're just running away. They're just running away. There's 4 of them, right? And they're simply running away, right? Look, you see, they're just running away. Do you see, like under the turret? That's me raging. So there is a clip. I think they're under. Yeah, yeah. Look, you see, two people, like four people under my turret, and I took the inhibitor. They have super minions, right? Super minions going through. So four people plus the dragons plus the super minions, and they still can't win. I will repeat this again. All right, I'll repeat this again. Four teammates, all the dragons, super minions under the turret with crowd control still cannot win. Right? So if you think to yourself, I'm gonna play jungle, I'm gonna play, I don't know, support, create advantage for my team, dude. The gold advantage of my team right now is probably, we're talking astronomical. Think about how many stats does Varvik, right? Look, and these guys have no flash, right? So we have Warwick with flash and smite, right? We have Echo with ult and ignite, Xayah with everything except for flash, and we have Alistar. Alistar alone as a champion is enough to get rid of this Jinx, right? The champion is so powerful alone is enough to get rid of her, right? Because he has so much crowd control, and yet they cannot do it. Do you know what I mean? I have to say that again. I will support what guys are saying in the uh, on the channel chat. It has to be bots. It has to be bots. There's no other way. Right? Humans just cannot do that. It's just logically cannot. They cannot do that. Do you know what I mean? And this was happening for the whole game. For the whole game, right? So I'm 100% in favor of the bots. In the bots theory, there's no way that these are kind of human players. I doubt that these are human players. Okay, so this is this. Anyway, moving on to the next topic, which is I think the way to enjoy League, right? And the way to do that is play one-on-one Summoner's Rift. You're gonna be like, what? The game is gonna take 40 minutes, dude. No, it's actually 15 minutes. It's not that long. Because I played 6 games. I won every single one of them. So 4 games I played against silver players, one against platinum. And platinum game was actually tough. He played Set, but I was experimenting with what is the optimal. Because originally I thought you should go jungle and then take jungle camps and then go take lane, right? I thought this was the meta, but you're not strong enough early to take jungle quick enough so you can farm both jungle and lane, right? So you better off just going to lane. Basically, 100% farm in lane is better on both experience and on income in lane than in farm, than in jungle, right? Especially if you can take down the plates. Plates are crazy income. If you take down the first turret, insane income. Insane. You can win the game just by taking the first turret. Honestly, right? So you can see, where's my match history? There you go. This account is Iron, by the way. I do it on purpose. Because when I play one-on-one, some people are like, yo, you want to play me for a skin? Right? And they see Iron, they think it's a free win. And I say, yeah, let's play for a skin. But everybody who lost so far never gave me the skin. Those little shits. Anyway, but here you can see game lengths. You see? So these are all one-on-one games. You see like 19 minutes, 15 minutes, 19 minutes, 12 minutes, right? 15 minutes, right? This is one-on-one game as well. Where was I think there was Tryndamere game as well. Yeah, this guy is platinum player. That was very, so he's almost diamond. Yeah, yeah. So that was very, very difficult game. Very, very difficult. But you see, my build in here was a bit weird. You see, I went with teleport and smite, so he had flash and ignite advantage. But I took both dragons, right? I was able to kill him at the end with no ult, right? But he macroed so well. And look at his, you see his gold. He's still, well, you can kind of say that he was farming while I was taking, um, like the reason why he has more gold is because to take down dragon early game, and I took 2 dragons, it's very expensive in terms of time, right? And you get the stats from dragon, but you don't get the gold. Gold is like 50, I think, or like 20 or something like that, right? And to take like level 5 to take down a dragon, he will chunk you like it's very long, very, very long. It's probably like 2 minion waves. Do you know what I mean? So, but I see. I'm not sure if you see I have 2 dragons and 1 herald. So I'm not sure if dragon is. I'm still experimenting, right? But you can see like 100% win rate, right? 100% win rate. You see? What was this? Oh yeah, it's 1-on-1 first blood. So like if I play, I think Nasus is Aram full game, right? Yeah, yeah, I think it is. Yeah. So you see, if I go alone, 100% win rate, right? And I have to say, 1-on-1 is very fun to play, Summoner's Rift, because you kind of you playing what you're supposed to play, right? Like League of Legends used to be the game where I would just lose myself in the game. You know, like for this 40 or 30 minutes, I would just not think about anything other than this game. So it kind of recharges your brain so you can go back to programming or whatever your work is, right? So you just kind of want to shift your channel, right? And not get stressed. Do you know what I mean? Whereas right now I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, losers queue again, Jesus Christ, okay? And then I go back to doing programming. That's not what I want. In 1-on-1, I'm just sitting there, I'm thinking about the game, I'm not thinking about programming, I'm just recharging. Do you know what I mean? And it's fun. I have to say, out of all modes I played, I enjoy playing full game Aram, but now I say this is a lot more fun. This is a lot more fun. Because on Aram, there is really only one way to win, right? There's just one way to win. Like you pick Nasus or Tryndamere, you kind of, if your opponent dies once, I mean, it's pretty much over. The game is just over, right? But in Summoner's Rift, there are more options how you can win the game. Like you can win not even fighting at all, right? Or you can win by like killing the guy in the mid lane and then pushing the mid lane, right? And he has ways to come back because now there is like tower bounty. Do you know what I mean? I would be interested in losing a couple of games to see what actually wins. Like I'll give you one example. I played against Tryndamere, I think, right? This game, I thought I'm gonna lose this game because he went with what's that rune called? Demolish rune, right? So it was taking down turrets very, very quickly. So by gold, he was so far ahead, right? But I took down dragons and he didn't, right? You see? I took down dragons. And the problem was he didn't ult twice at the most critical time. He didn't anticipate the damage. And then he engaged me with no ult, even though he had Infinity Edge on me. I already had my Phantom Dancer fully stacked, right? And man, I almost instantly killed him, right? It was so fast. And he didn't use his E. Like there was final fight where he just didn't use his E correctly, right? Because E on Tryndamere does shitloads of damage. It's more than a crit, right? So, but he used it as a flash. You know what I mean? So I had advantage of like of well, I'll show you. Let me just show you. So you get to see kind of his mistakes. But his strategy was correct. The demolish is much better than armor. 12 minutes armor and magic resist. rune. Now I had to chase him a little bit across the map because I thought to myself, if he can't use his demolish, my runes are scalable, so I will beat him one-on-one. And he also started longsword, so I had more health than him, so he couldn't one-on-one me. So like in the early game, kind of I was stronger, but um, I let him go. I thought that he went to bottom lane and he started farming the turrets, right? And I thought to myself that maybe mid lane, because like minions arrive much quicker into the mid lane, I can take down turrets faster than him with demolish, but that's a mistake. Demolish is just so OP for taking down turrets, right? So I'll show you this fight we had with him. So he messed up on top. Yeah, so he messed up twice. I think one in here. Yeah, one in here, right? So he has an advantage over me right now. You see the items, right? He's way, way, way ahead of me. And if you look at the gold, I mean, I'm not even close to him. Do you see? But the problem is he doesn't know how to play Tryndamere. That's the problem. Like he played Warwick first. I beat him, and he picked. He's like, oh yeah, you beat me because Tryndamere is OP. But that's not the case. You see? So first of all, he fell behind on levels, right? And I have 2 dragons, and he does not. There is a turret in here, by the way. It's a bug that doesn't. There is actually a turret in here. So you see, and he has no life steal. So I was able to kind of create advantage. Do you see? I don't know what the hell he was doing in here. He should have ulted. So I have blue buff, right? I have a level on him. Let's look at the stats. So he has 258 AD. I have 260, so I have more AD than him, right? I have full fury. He has red buff. He has 70 armor. I have 80 armor. I have 220 health. Oh, yeah. I think his runes are completely wrong. Yeah. His runes are completely wrong. Because look, I have almost 500 more HP than he does, right? Almost 500 more HP. Yeah, so you see, he has to hit me 2 times more than I do. So he has a red buff, and I do more damage because of Infernal Dragon, right? So this dragon is useless in here because I have more health than he does, right? So let's see the fight. How did he lose this? Okay, so he has spin up, and I don't. I don't have ulti. My plan was just to smack him a couple of times and run away, basically. That was my plan. Okay, so he used his E. I think I already eat him, right? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Okay, so I eat him before engage him, but he eat me literally, or W, my apologies, W, right? So he's now wasting W. He basically crowd controlled him right now for a second, right? Yeah, so I got the first hit on him. That means, oh, you see, I'm also moving between attacks and he's not. So I'm doing animation canceling, right? Yeah, he didn't use his E basically. He should have eat me in here. I don't know why he didn't eat me. Let's see. He had E up. Yeah, he just didn't. You see, like that's the problem. He just doesn't know how to play Tryndamere. He doesn't know that E does like ridiculous damage. Look at this damage, 357 instant damage, right? Instant. This is execute on Tryndamere because I play Tryndamere a lot. Like I know how this works. You see, like Oro and E is instant damage, right? So he dies in here, right, with no ult. Then I think I proc his ult. But look at the goal difference. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy goal difference, right? So now I have. So now I just need to get his bone plating out, and I think I win this, right? 1-on-1. What's his AD? 294, 255. Yeah, he gets a turret shot. He's doomed. Yeah, he's doomed. Okay. So he made a strategic error, right? So he got shot by turret. He wasted his fury, I think, right? In here. No, he didn't waste his fury. Like the problem with Tryndamere versus Tryndamere is a Tryndamere who is stronger will always kill you because you cannot escape against Tryndamere. Like Tryndamere to Tryndamere is like because if you turn your back to him, you just can't escape. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bad matchup. Like if you don't know how to play Tryndamere, like picking Tryndamere to Tryndamere, very very bad idea. Because you see, like I mean, think about this guy. He had such an advantage, like such. He has like 2,500 gold ahead of me, and he's still losing because he just doesn't understand what the champion does, you know. And like in here, my Phantom Dancer is fully stacked right now, right? And he's 2 levels down, right? So in here, he's not gonna win this. Hmm. How did he lose this? Wait. I was surprised that I won this, honestly. I chanced this one around. I chanced this one around. So let's see. Okay, so he ghosted, right? He has 219 AD. I think I have too much health at this stage, honestly. So I have 220, 262 AD, 83 armor, right? He has 85 armor, 300 AD, 16. I have 95 crit right now. Oh, he doesn't have. Yeah, I won this because he had no crit, and I have fully stacked. So I probably critted more than he did. So that's one. Huh, I cancelled Aura. Oh yeah, he didn't Q heal. Yeah, that's a mechanical error by him. Right, you have to Q heal. Because you see, when you're low on Tryndamere, you can squeeze in 2 more autos by Q healing. Right? That's you see, he simply doesn't know the champion. He doesn't know the champion, and that's it. Right? Like there, people think Tryndamere is easy to play, but he has a lot of little things that you need to do. For example, before Q healing, you need to start your auto animation because if it's a crit, you get the benefit of well, it's like Tryndamere thing, right? It's this champion is actually kind of difficult to play. He looks easy, but he has a lot of small things that make him good, right? Like you can cancel your auto attack with E, for example. So optimal like one shot is auto E auto, right? That's the optimal. And of course he loses here. That's it. And that's it. But what I'm saying is, right? I can't win 5-on-5, but I can win 100% 1-on-1, right? Even with a disadvantage, I can still win. And there is no raging in here. There is no flaming. You are responsible for the game, right? And if the guy against you is not good, he's not gonna win. Like the most tilting thing I hate it about League, is when you go like when the guy against you is not very good and he gets to win, right? That's the most tilting thing ever, I think. Being held hostage, I think, is very very tilting. But losing to a player that is so much worse than you, I think, is very tilting. You don't have that in 1-on-1. You don't have it. So there you go, right? One-on-one, Summer's Rift, off you go. All right. Take care.